Hello everybody, my name is Gerald Hong and I represent InfoTrack for yet another course introduction video on Microsoft courses. And this time this video is going to be looking at the course number AZ-300 series. And those of you who have been watching some of the videos related to all the new Azure courses, this is going to be the third series for the role of a solution architect. Now, let me just briefly explain about the certification path aligned by this course. So AZ-300 is the first part of the exam paper that leads you to Microsoft Certified Azure Solutions Architect Expert. Now, this is not the Microsoft Certified Associate series, this is a Microsoft Certified Expert series. So which means it's related to like MCSE in those days as opposed to MCSA. So if you look at the role of a solutions architect, right, and if I were to briefly tell you about all the alignment of the topics we're going to cover in the AZ-300 series, it is literally taking the role of an administrator, topics covered in the administrator series, and also topics covered in the developer series and mold them into one. So ultimately, for those of you who have taken Azure Certified the developer, associate, or even the administrator associate, if you were to take this particular paper, you are combining both your knowledge and expertise at being a developer or an administrator and to proceed to become a solutions architect. So again, for Microsoft Certified Azure Solutions Architect Expert, first part of the paper, AZ-300, they are divided into 5 days course, but with 6 courses divided into 5 days. Now it's going to be a bit weird and strange on how Microsoft actually segregates the timing for the course. So we got T01 until T06, right? So let me just briefly tell you about the timing. So T01 is an introduction, right? That will of course take 1 day. Now T01 is not at all an introduction because the prerequisite and the assumption for participants coming in for AZ-300 would definitely be somewhat experienced already, either being an administrator or a developer. So ultimately, there is no introduction covered in T01. So T01, day number 1, we're going to look immediately on deploying and configuring infrastructure. So typically, we're going to take topics coming out from the Azure Administrator series, namely the AZ-100 or 101. So most of the time, again, we look at topics such as how do you prepare your infrastructure and creating components such as the virtual machines, right, virtual networks, and other infrastructure-related topics. Then, of course, we're going to proceed with T02, which takes only a half day. That means day number 2, right, okay, we'll be covering 2 courses, T02 and T03, because it's going to be half day each. So implementing workloads and security together with understanding cloud architect technology solutions. Now T03, the second half of day number 2, it's more of a theory, right? Whereas the first half of the day number 2, T02, will be looking into authentication. So we're going to look at a little bit of the security as well as the infrastructure behind. So it's still related to administrator, but not on the development part yet. Right? There will be another topic related to authentication, but more towards the developers. That will be covered in T05. So T04, right? Okay, which will take 1 day, which will learn in how to create and develop your apps. Okay, developing and deploying your apps. Now this is where we step into the world of an Azure developer. So again, we're going to take out topics such as developing web applications, right? Or even mobile apps, and any other form of Azure-related apps and services, right, which topics commonly covered already in AZ-200. That will be T04. So T05, another 1 day, which will be implementing authentication and secure data. This one looks into coding. How do you incorporate authentication coding, and also looking at a little bit of multi-factor authentication as well as encryption and decryption of your data, right, in T05. And of course, the last T06, okay, we're going to look at developing for the cloud. Okay, looking into advanced topics about containerized applications, right, Kubernetes service itself, as well as looking at topics coming from AZ-201, which covers the distributed transactions, long-running processes, asynchronous processing model, as well as the message-based model. For example, service bus, queues, and all that. So as you can see, AZ-300 is quite hefty, right, which attributes to the first part of the Microsoft Certified Azure Solutions Architect Expert. So ultimately, those of you who qualify for this particular exam would preferably have knowledge and certain expertise in the administration or the infrastructure part, as well as the developer. So stay tuned for the next part number 2 for AZ-301, the second part paper for the same certification, Microsoft Certified Azure Solutions Architect Expert. So I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully also you would have signed up for some courses. I'll see you in my class as well. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.